Hello, it's Brooke Thomas, and I'm a card-carrying member of the Short Hamstrings Club. So this is my favorite Magic Presto Insta hamstring lengthener. It's from the Yoga Tune-Up world. And the first things first is, I wrote about it in the article, figuring out where your ischial tuberosities are so that you're lengthening and not contracting your hamstrings in any forward fold. And you're not yanking on the ligaments of your lumbar spine, your sacroiliac joints. So Simon says touch your ischial tuberosities. If I can do it on camera, you can do it at home. Ischial tuberosities are commonly nicknamed as sit bones, but there is no such thing as a sit bone. So we're going to call them what they are, even though it's a mouthful. And if I imagine a laser pointer shooting out of my ischial tuberosities, right now that laser pointer is pointing down my hamstrings. As I fold forward, that laser pointer should move, and it should start hitting the wall behind me. So if I don't move the pelvis and the laser pointer, the ischial tuberosities, stay where they are, it looks like this. I can still forward fold, but I'm not doing it by lengthening the hamstrings. I'm contracting my hamstrings. So it's like having your foot on the brake and shoving your foot on the gas, and it's not going to go anywhere. So starting with the start, to lengthen the hamstrings, once you're here you can stop grabbing your butt and let go. Using a kitchen chair. So doing that with your pelvis, especially if you're a short hamstring person, you're going to discover your forward fold is not as far as you thought. Doesn't matter, you can cheat and, blah, blah, look at me, go to the floor, but you're still contracting your hamstrings. You don't make long-term progress. All of that is to say, it does not matter if you need the back of your kitchen chair or the seat of your kitchen chair, but have something to put your hands on, because you're probably, if you're watching this video, you're not making it to the floor. So, now that I've got that all set up, the only other thing I want to be aware of is that this is not a cue to be on the stripper pole. So this isn't a cue to shove your ribs forward. So my ribs are not shoving down towards the seat back. They're still tethered into my abdominal muscles. It's the pelvis that moves. Then, time for the magic pose. This is asymmetrical forward fold, or asymmetrical uttanasana, if you like Sanskrit. But I'm using a yoga block. You can use a stack of books. You can use a stack of plates, whatever you got kicking around. I'm going to put it under one foot. I'm going to make sure my tuberosities come along for the ride, and they're going towards the back wall as I come forward. And then I'm going to straighten this knee. So that happens, as you can see, if there's a teacup on my sacrum here, it's falling towards the outside of this leg, the one that's planted on the floor. It does not happen by putting the opposite foot in stilettos. So the foot that's on the floor stays on the floor. Now hang out here for a couple breaths. You're going to feel it light up the whole, all your abductors as well, IT band. Breathe. Before you go to the other side, make sure you do a regular old forward fold to check in, because usually what you'll find is that you've gotten much longer on the side that had the block under it. And it's fun to feel the magic sometimes. Moving the block, the plates, the books, whatever, to the other foot. Doing an appropriate forward fold that does not contract the hamstrings or flare the ribs forward. And then I'm straightening that leg and hanging out here. You can see now that this foot's closer to you, that I don't pick it up off the floor at all. It stays rooted. I'm taking a soft bend in the knees. I'm going to stand. You can take more time with it at home, but that's just to give you a flavor for it. And then feeling, if just with that little bit of input, if you're in a totally different place in the length of your hamstrings.